So welcome to ISIS in the Bible. Yes, we've changed the name. The whole Bible is about the woman who meets with her son, you, on the stations of the cross, also known as the stations of the zodiac. Our topic for today is Ascension Premonition. We'll go over what's happening in the sky, and the question for the day is, what signs are you seeing, and are you sure they are real? Where do signs come from? Where do dreams come from? Where do downloads come from? As we get our first eye cleared, our ability to see the sea of waves becomes clearer. But be wary of the waves that are created that are not real. And how can you tell the difference? We really got to be cautious on what we allow in and what we choose to think as real. Because like I said, somebody can be making a movie scene somewhere and we're going to be able to pick it up. It's more than possible. I mean, I close my eyes at night and I'll see an old man come up. I can't hear him and he's talking. Is that somebody down the street? Is it a play? Is it a movie? Don't know. That's the premise of this slideshow. So I'm going to go through and I want you to jump in, but we're going to talk about what's happening in the sky. Some of the reasons why you can feel dizzy. Some of the reasons why you could be crying. Some of the reasons why things that happen on our chart. These are all things that are real, 100% real. On January 22nd, Amanda asked what's happening on the 22nd, and I went and looked. So there's a sign. I should go look. I take those signs as real, and I go look. There's going to be 3 interesting alignments on January the 22nd. This only affects you if your natal chart is built to be affected by it. But some of these affect all of us. And usually when they're on the cusp, there is something possibly there. But when I say affect, it doesn't mean affect you in a not good way. It could affect you in the positive way because you're going to be that influence to influence somebody else. So look at it that way when I speak about what these vibrations mean. So the first one is Saturn, Father Time. Saturn brings moment of timeouts. I don't want to be here no more. I want to go home, right? Saturn brings that feeling. Going to be aligned with Venus, Mother Nature, all beings. Remember, the glyph of Venus is that of the Ankh, that of the Ankh. The Ankh is what we wear as our gold chain and cross, is a reminder. It's a breadcrumb that the all is where we come from and we're on the cross. That's why she represents all beings, all atoms, all insects, all animals, everything that is here, all plants. They're going to be aligned. So Venus, Mother Nature, and Father Time are going to be aligned on the 22nd, one of 3 exact alignments. For us in Windsor, it's going to be right here during the time of setting. So that's on the harvest line. This is going to happen at the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn. At your judicial point, that's Deneb al-Gedi. That means a judicial point. And the judicial point is about keeping 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. In other words, 1 foot in spirit and 1 foot in the material. So some things to think about is maybe this is going to stop you and take a look at other beings around you. Look at the animals, animal encounters. If you see something that says somebody needs to share love, you'll be Father Time doing that, stopping the person and saying, hey, remember, we got to share love. That's what this is about. It 100% has to do with Aquarius. So Saturn's moving into Aquarius. Father Time is moving into the zodiac of forgiveness. That's John the Baptist in the Bible. Etheric waters, Aquarius, the river of etheric waters, baptismal waters, forgiveness of sins, sine wave, karmic waves. You got to forgive yourself. If you're at dis-ease, it's a karmic. It's in your chart. You have to forgive yourself for whatever was done in the past. Forgive others. That's what this is all about. We're moving into Aquarius. Saturn's now moving through Aquarius, so watch for forgiveness tests. Forgive others. Tell people they should be forgiving. You can play the role. If you're feeling great and everything's working great for you and you see somebody that needs the help, if it's in your view, it's not for us to say, well, that's not me. They're not asking me. If it's in your view, You might have to just broach it and see if somebody wants some help. Be clever at how you do that. So that's what that alignment means. The second alignment is Neptune, who brings energies, static electricity. It brings resistance. In people's charts, when they get all kinds of zaps, hit by lightning, they get zapped by the electrical system, that's Neptune. Think about when you take a balloon and you rub it on your hair. What are you doing? You're creating resistance. You're going to get a zap. So when you get electric shock, think about what's happening. So Neptune has been going in Aquarius and moving in and out into Pisces, where most of us reside right now. It's the Piscean age. Neptune is aligned with Vesta. Vesta is the Vestal Virgins. Neptune is going to be giving energy to those who are pure of heart, those who want to be nuns, those that want to be priests, those who want to be monogamous. You're going to see a lot of energy in that aspect. We're already starting to see it. We're already starting to see these sisterhoods and these people that want to go back to the missionary, starting spiritual groups. That's the second sign. And the third one is Juno, which is Mary Magdalene. That's the Earthen Mother. She represents all women on this earth. She's the one that watches over us. This is the Glenda, the White Witch, while the Black Witch is away. The Black Witch always gets the evil, only because when she comes home, she cleanses everybody from those who are not good. That's why we're going through what's called the 7 scorpions of Isis, the 7 plagues in the Bible. So Juno is the mother that watches over us. That's why in the mother role, when you have kids, you're the one that's watching over those kids until they re-meet with the mother, pure love again. So Juno is aligned with Jupiter. Jupiter is law. You're already seeing it, but you're going to see it even more so, because this is going to light up women for natural law. Bring back the real law, not man's created law. It's a karmic law, so you got to have love because it's delivering us our karma. But that law has to go away now, because there's people that have taken advantage of the law, and we got to go back to spiritual law. So you'll see a lot of women out there doing things for the right reasons, for the right law. It's happening. Here is, I'm going to pull something in here. I saw this from Jason Brashears on Archaics. He thinks the Phoenix Rising is going to be in 2040. I learned a lot from him. I've tried to reach out to him saying, hey, it's happening this year. It all lines up, but he's got so many followers, he doesn't see it. There was a celestial phenomena over German city in Nuremberg on April 14, 1561. There was a similar alignment there and on a cusp. So these are energetic cusps. Let me just back up here for a second. So both Saturn and Venus, Neptune and Vesta are on a cusp between signs. That's a station of the cross. That's an energetic fifth. That brings huge energies to these so that people can feel them. So when this happened there, you had Saturn and Venus aligned on an energetic cusp. You had other things happening in the sky at that time. So Pluto, which is Osiris, that would be God, that would be Joseph. And then Mother Mary aligned with Sarah as the harvester. So they saw all kinds of weird things happening in the sky. What exactly happened? Well, it's energies. It's not aliens. Why am I showing this? Because if things happen, I want you to know that it's just energies floating around. You are energy. You are light. Everything is light. So if we see a light show, just know it's either man doing it or it's spirit doing it. But you're okay and you're safe and you are love. That's why you just got to be brave no matter what you see. So I'm not saying that we're going to see something on January 22nd, but there's prophecy that says we will see something this year. So again, the Akashic records, the memories in the waters, what you see, what you dream, what you feel, what you experience. The only thing that is real is now. But we can see the Akashic records, the memories in the waters in the past and in the future. We know that many people here that come to the Energy Lighthouse and here on Zoom, they can see the energies. They have premonitions of what is about to happen, which are real. So a lot of people in here understand that and see that, because I know you've shared it with me. How will we get to know which visions to trust? So here's a simple way to know which ones to trust. Is it made of love? Or is it something that needs love? Those are real signs. If they're out of this world, it ain't real. Aliens from another planet, it ain't real. If you see anything like that, it ain't real. Impossible to be real. I can tell you that. I can go hours in discussion and prove that to you. For today, we're just trying to give you a spiritual driver's ed 101, because as we start to see more and more signs, or other people that start to see more and more signs, we got to be able to discern and even help them, because they're going to be seeing some weird stuff. But that doesn't mean it's real. Okay, so we're going to talk briefly about prophecy interpretations versus history, facts, and their interpretations. This won't be long, just a few slides. So visions in the Bible, in the book of Daniel. And how can we trust visions from 2,000 years ago, right? 77s. While I was speaking and praying, confessing my sin and the sin of my people, Israel, don't forget, Israel is Isis, the sun, and Saturn, Father Time. And making my request to the ruling goddess. Remember, I'm taking out Lord and putting in ruling goddess, because Lord means ruling goddess. For her holy hill. In other words, back to pure love. While I was still in prayer, Gabriel, the man I had seen in an earlier vision, okay, it's another vision, came to me in a swift flight about the time of the evening sacrifice. He instructed me and said to me, Daniel, I have now come to you to give you insight and understanding. As soon as you began to pray, a word went out, which I have come to tell you, for you are highly esteemed. Therefore, consider the word and understand the vision. 77s are decreed for your people and your holy city to finish transgression and put an end to not good karma. I've changed some of the words to make it sound a little better. To become one love, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy, and anoint the most holy place. What is that 77s? That's 70 weeks. Is that 70 weeks after a phoenix rising? I don't know. Is this a misinterpretation off the walls in Egypt? Could be. The whole point is we're going to see more and more visions, and we have to discern them. We know that the book of Revelation is not pretty. If you haven't read it, it's not pretty. It really isn't. And Revelation is a phoenix rising, Revelation 12:1. It's called The Woman and the Dragon. Why would the title of this book be The Woman and the Dragon? And we've gone through this before, so I won't go over again. If somebody wants to go see it, you can look week 4, June 22nd, 2022. And the topic was, you call this climate change. But I'm just going to go through this portion here. But we're going to use the drama that's in a portion of the audio of the Bible. So few verses.
And there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. Chapter 12. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth.
I don't think there's going to be a dragon with 7 heads and 7 crowns on its head. You know where they're getting that from? That's on the Egyptian walls 100%. Some will have a crown of 12 stars. Some have crown of 10 stars. It's a crown of 12 stars. That means the zodiac. Because she lands on the zodiac at 0 point Aries. So the whole crown's around her, right? The 7 the 7 heads, that's the 7 scorpions of Isis. That's the rainbow, the 7 colors. They're totally misinterpreting what's there. Is there a dragon red? Because they talk about seas turning to red. They talk about waters disappearing, earthquakes, ground opening up. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But if it does, it all depends on where we're at in our spiritual life and our spiritual journey. And then again, it's all about us trying to help somebody if we do see that happening. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So if someone's seen something somewhere and wrote it down someplace, and it's about earthquakes, volcanoes, lava, acid, and hail, oh my, right? I like that. Look, he's looking up at the dragon, right? We've gone through this in our previous videos about what could potentially be meant there. We'll show you some facts and then leave it up to you how to interpret them. Karma is real, but love creates good karma. Let's talk about earthquakes. Can they be divine? We live in a world that demands divine perfection, which comes from the essence of love. So when a magnitude 6.8 earthquake shook Olympia, Washington in 2001, shop owner Jason Ward discovered that a sand tracing pendulum had recorded the vibration in this image. Look at that beautiful vibration that earthquake left. It's all divine. Everything is divine. It's not random. It's all meant to be. The monuments that sit today around the world, they're designed to be earthquake proof. They're just different shapes and different directions, and they don't move. It's invigorating. So earthquakes, they sure look divine to me. They're for a purpose. They're for a reason. It has to be that way because that's how we stay and manifest in the divine proportion of life. That's why we're infinite. I know this may not sit cross with you very well because you don't study physics, but just know that it is divine proportion that makes the earth fold in on itself in a beautiful way. And we get to watch it all, and we get to be totally safe as long as we're immersed in love. So let's talk about volcanoes now. When I started looking at volcanoes and you see the media hype on one volcano, and I was studying and trying to predict when they're going to come and all that. So I've gotten some, I'm getting there. I haven't got it down yet. But look, there's 44 volcanoes erupting at any time of the day, any day. There's about 40, between 40 and 50. Some shut down, some start up all over the world. There's always volcanoes. So was that prophecy when they seen a volcanic eruption? Did it happen on a Phoenix rising and was just local? Was it the whole world? Some people say it was the whole world. We'll talk about that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just like a rainy day. So I took the data from volcanoes off of the Smithsonian Institute National Museum of Natural History, a global volcanism program. And I graphed the trend of volcanoes. So there's a trend from 1978 to today. The number of countries affected is slowly, gradually getting larger. They show the pink line here. That's eruptions that have ended and eruptions that have started. You can see there's more eruptions started than there has been some ended. But the eruptions total and volcanoes active has been going up, as you can see. 45, 50 to up around 90. What does that mean? Does it mean anything? I can tell you one thing for sure. The lava is the representation of our blood and how cool it is. It's the ice, like Lex says. The stillness of the ice, the rock, turns to lava when it feels not good, when it's not full of love. So 100%, the lava of the earth is representative of our blood. It can't be any other way. So the more loving we are, the less volcanic eruptions there'll be. You remember the son walking on the water? That's Matthew 14:22 through 33, where Jesus walks on the water and he tells the disciples, come on, be brave, jump in the water. It's kind of this story is about right today that we're talking about. Be brave. You can walk on the water because it's your world. Everything comes from within, not from without. Who talks about the Schumann resonance? Who talks about the solar flares? Who talks about man's doing things in the cracks of this and that? It's everything comes from within, not from without. So if you put yourself standing on the beach, put yourself in this picture right now, and see that reflection of the sun walking on the water. Do you see the sun walking on the water? Do you see it right here? The reflection? That's the story of the sun walking on the water. That's your personal sun walking on the water. It's your world. Because now if you picture people all the way down the beach, 50 meters apart, 20 meters apart, whatever you want, they can see the same sun walking on the water, can't they? Ask yourself this question. Can you see theirs? Can you see the sun reflecting up to their eyes off the water? No, you can't.
Can I add something? Because
yes, please.
Because my story about the kidneys, they function on water as well. They walk on water. So and when you say reflection of the sun in these waters of the kidney on the weighing scales, that's what I also connected with walking on water.
And you're 100% right, Lex, because Libra represents the kidneys and Libra is on the equinox, the dual equinox. So 100% is where the sun walks on the water is the kidneys. And on the other side, where it's Aries, and then you get Libra and Aries is libraries, right? Thanks for bringing that up. You're 100% right, Lex. So you can't see everybody else's reflection. It's your own personal one. Everything comes from within. So I pulled this. This is their trend. I got to grab some of their data, and this is a larger trend they did from the 1800s, the volcanic eruption trend. Look at all eruptions. It's trending upward. They tell you, do not use this image out of context. They want you to be brave, but don't look at the image. Don't take it out of context. Oh no, it's because we're too materialistic. This world's not full of love. So during a Phoenix rising, there's a reset. Not like the media is saying though, no. The reset is internal. We're going through it. We've been going through it. We've been going through it, this virus. The reset comes from within. You don't catch it. It's in your chart. It's yours to know. It's your world. So your own volcanic eruptions, in other words, what you'll see, what you'll observe, what you'll experience is all based on what you want to let in your life. You got to pass the tests too that come into your life, because if somebody else's world is not good and you're seeing it, it's yours to help. We're going to get that test even more so. Because as you can see, there's another image that they had here where they bring in population. Population's increasing, and so too is the going with the volcano. So what they're showing you is that there's more blood, there's more heating up, there's more materialism. We're melting more of the red ice, like Lex says. So it's really, really important that we control the blood within. So more facts. In 1465, the day the sun turned blue, a volcanic eruption in early 1460s and its possible climate impact, a natural disaster perceived globally in the late Middle Ages. We're still here. This stuff happens. But a strange atmospheric phenomenon visible all over Europe in September 1465. Now look at, there is a 1465 was the Phoenix Rising. It's in the ice cores. It is a fact. We did have a sun turn blue in 1465. That's from the ashes. That's from the volcanic gas. So there's a lot of evidence that this exists. I got papers on it. I got ice cores on it. This did happen then. So what? So what? It's a blue lensing effect. Red shift, blue shift, get it? Material, spiritual, get it? How is spirit going to influence all in one shot? Make their own personal sun turn blue. Of course, we'll see it on the outside, but it comes from within. Everybody gets induced by love. We already are. So it depends what's going to happen this year. Depends on us. If you Google the word ascension, spirituality, signs, all the things that we love to hear and see and share, that Google trend is going just like those volcanic eruptions. So we're chasing it. We're being loving. We're going to win because it's Age of Aquarius and it's about love and forgiveness, though. So the whole world's going to be induced. So think about this. Do you think Spirit's getting us ready? We already have masks in every household. So if the whole world gets full of ash, because in here they said there was 3 years without summer, 1465 to 1469, and there's some economic and social impact. Then we had 3 years without a summer. It's kind of going to make us work together and make us all get along if it happened. But I think we're already starting that. We're on a cusp now where there's more love. This wasn't on a cusp. This was halfway, 3/4 of the way through Pisces and Aquarius. Why am I showing this? Why would I want to put that image in your brain? I keep asking Spirit, I don't want to share this, and I keep getting it put on my lap. I'm getting the visions. I'm getting the prophecy. But they're good. They're cleansing. So we already have masks in every household. We've already practiced the lockdowns where we got to stay indoors. And I'm sure you all are starting to store food, not for yourself. Do it for love. Store food, extra food, so you can stop the lineups, because the system's already in place where it's going to be able to deliver right to your door. But if there's an initial shock, let's make sure that we all have enough food so that people can get to the grocery store and be in a nice, relaxing state till we get their food. Get enough food so that you can share with others. Don't do it for yourself, do it for others. That's the best insurance policy you should take. Just in case. So look, lava is a measure inversely proportional to the thermometer of love. The more we love, the less burping the volcanic eruptions will do. If it's true, was it localized? Well, facts and data says it wasn't localized. I'm asking you to visualize a loving earth. Don't visualize a volcano or erupting. No. Visualize a loving earth. Just in case we don't get there in time, I just want you guys to be aware. Because Spirit's given us the signs. Halos are around the sun. Masks are in every household. We've already done a lockdown. We've already practiced around the world. Are you going to be loving when it happens? Can you ask yourself that question? Whatever happens, either way. That's why people are crying and they don't understand why. Because their past is showing them what's going to happen. They know things are going to change. And people aren't going to understand. That's why I want to share it. Because if I didn't share it and it happened, you wouldn't know. And you wouldn't be able to say, no, it's supposed to happen. Here, go watch this video. It's been predicted. The more you love, the more the body of the earth will be still. Love is a sure bet. the best insurance policy you can buy yourself, which affects everyone around you. It's about being wise. Look, your world may be roses, but if you see others who are in need, well, you know what to do. That's going to be the ultimate test. Age of Aquarius, forgive your neighbor for what he didn't return your ladder. Go give him some food. It's probably best we make amends and forgive now before April. All right, enough of that. Enough of that moment. Now I'm going to try to get us back in the spirit of things. So no matter what you hear, no matter what prophecies, visions, real or unreal you see, know that prophecy says it will be beautiful after this. Can you imagine a blue sun? Well, it's the lensing effects because of the gases. That'd be cool. I'm okay with seeing that because I know what's happening. But after the baby burps from the caresses of the mother, it feels fantastic, doesn't the baby feel great after the mother burps a baby? 100%. All right, got this little video for you. We're going to close off with this song.
Look over yonder. What do you see? The sun is rising, most definitely. A new day is coming. Ooh, people are changing. Ain't it beautiful? Ooh, crystal blue persuasion. See the light. Love is the answer. Ooh, and that's alright. So don't you give up now. Ooh, so easy to find. Just look to your soul. Look to your soul. Open your mind. Crystal blue persuasion. It's a new vibration. Crystal blue persuasion. Crystal blue persuasion. Maybe tomorrow, when he looks down on every green field, there'll be peace and good brotherhood. Crystal blue persuasion. Yeah. Crystal blue persuasion. Crystal blue.